Today on Photo Kitchen, we're doing another fan favorite, 4 things on a Friday. And those 4 things are items every photographer should have in their camera bag. Hello and welcome to episode number 7 of Photo Kitchen. I am MD Welch, your humble host, and today we're talking about 4 items that every photographer should have in their camera bag, but with a little bit of a twist. These are not items that are photo related at all, so no lens cleaning kits, light meters, filters will be discussed today. These are items that you could pick up at a department or sporting goods store, items that while are not necessary for making a good photo, they are necessary to help a photographer deal with things that might come up during a shoot. A few important things to point out before we go down this list. These items that we're talking about are items that are going to stay in your camera bag indefinitely. So no food, no water. And while certainly there are items that you need for lighting and grip, we're mostly focusing on things that are going to be in your primary camera bag. We're also not going to get into weather-related things, so no gloves, no hats, no mittens. So really, these are dedicated items that stay in the camera bag, never leave it, so that way they're always ready to go whether you're in the studio or on location. First item up is the light or torch for my dozens of fans in Great Britain. No matter what type of photography you capture, a flashlight is a valuable piece of gear that should be in your camera bag at all times. Now, there's an argument to be made that you probably have a flashlight app on your cell phone, and that's fine, but those apps usually don't produce a lot of light, and they're also going to drain from your overall cell phone battery. Flashlight technology has evolved so much in the last few years, and it's shocking how much power you could get out of even the smallest flashlight. There are models a little larger than a AA battery, but still put out plenty of power to find that lens cap in a dark studio. But really, for a small increase in size, you could get some serious lumens out of a unit just like this. It has a built-in USB-C charging port, so you could use the same cable to charge it as your laptop in your camera if they're compatible. But probably the ideal flashlight to be permanently left in your camera bag is a headlamp. They check off so many boxes. Small models offer a lot of power, and of course, they're hands-free for setting up or tearing down equipment. And I would also recommend a model with a red lamp feature for those astrophotographers out there. So the second item to have with you at all times is a knife. And this is probably going to be the item that gets the most feedback in the comment section below. A knife is super useful for opening up boxes, cutting items, cutting tape. It's an item that cannot be replicated with another item easily. This type of a knife is probably not only overkill, but also really useless for a lot of situations that you're going to find in a studio. An item that's probably better suited for photographers is something like a multi-tool. So think something like a SOG, SOG, or a Leatherman here. Something with pliers, multiple screwdrivers and bits, and of course, a knife blade. But for me, I pass on these type of multi-tools because they're big and they're heavy. And honestly, if I'm out and doing a lot of work with lighting, I already have a set of pliers and tools in my grip bag. I go to the classic standard OG multi-tool, the Swiss Army knife. It is a fantastic little tool. It will open up boxes. It will open up cans, which I've actually done before. Even a bottle of wine with a corkscrew, which I've actually done that as well. It even has this cool little small screwdriver inside for eyeglasses. It's also great for attaching tripod plates to the bottom of cameras. It really does it all in a very small package. But do be aware that this is an item that can't be left in your camera bag at all times if you're traveling, so make sure that you remove it unless you want TSA to confiscate it. Third on our list is pens. You need pens. You need to be able to write stuff down, whether they're ballpoint pens or Sharpies or different colored Sharpies or ink pens. Pens are really useful, and you should have a set of pens in your camera bag. And that's it. They're pens. They do the job. They're not all gems today, ladies and gentlemen. Now, next is not really on the list, but an honorable mention, because having some sort of medical supplies or personal care could be really important for some photographers, but not really on the list for other photographers. I go completely overkill here. I have a medical kit that's in my car that attaches to my backpack camera bag, and I have a lot more items than I could ever possibly need on a photo shoot. But this could boil down to always having sunscreen on you or bug spray. And by the way, I'm not endorsing, nor do I I want to hear about the pros and cons of DEET or non-DEET or sunscreen. We're all adults here. Use what you think is best and safe for you. But being out in the field without some of these items can cause a shoot to go south really fast. And it might be something that photographers carry with them at all times. Last on the list is maybe the only item that's more boring than pens. It's a trash bag. But the trash bag is maybe the most useful thing on this particular list because it can do so much. First off, having a trash bag with you at all times means that you could pick up garbage. And this is great if you're on location. People forget about bringing a trash bag with them. But trash bags also serve a lot of other purposes. They're great for rain gear for your camera. They're great for rain gear for yourself. They're also ideal for tarps, so you can lay down your camera bag in less than ideal conditions and not worrying about getting it wet. Trash bags take up very little weight and should be something that every camera bag has stuffed in some little side pouch that's never big enough to hold anything else. So this wraps up the 4 items that I think every photographer should have in their camera bag. Is there anything that I missed? Any items that I should know about? Please leave it in the comments section below. And also, if you haven't already done so at this particular point, please like this video. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. And also share it with your friends. Until next time, I am MD Welch, wishing you all the best from the Photo Kitchen.